hello everyone, good morning and welcome to your sunrise safari. My name is Amy and behind the camera with me is Paul. There we go, we're back and we're very excited to be here at Sandringham Private Game Reserve. It's wonderful to be back behind the wheel and Paul behind the camera as well. Now this morning I am not alone out on drive. We also have a few different locations, David, Eric, and well as Kerri, who'll be joining us a little bit later, hopefully at Mabula, and it is exciting stuff. It's great to be out here. It's a beautiful day. We had some elephants. They've moved down the road, and I am going to follow up, see if they are still around. But our plan today, basically to head west. Ben told me that they had some of the Black Dam Pride around that area, so that's where I'm going to be making my way to.
Well, we've got ourselves a hammerkop here. This hammerkop seems to be feeding on something, and it is a froggy, poor frog. Now, said frog looks to be a platana, which is quite a common frog to have in this area, and basically it's just trying to wash it. Now, a couple of water, not really waterfowls, but birds that you find patrolling the water's edge looking for prey like this, you'll find them, once they catch them, they dip them in the water. It's almost like they're tenderizing it a little bit. If it's a fish, they're trying to get the scales off the fish. I wonder at what stage is this bird gonna swallow it. We're gonna try and stick around and see. I don't think we're far off it. I think any time now. Sherry P, absolutely. Gotta find itself a meal somehow. Eddie, that's a good question. Not at this time now. I think where it is. Oh, goodness, there we go. Look at that. Hey? It's gonna be walking. It's gonna be walking a bit uncomfortable. That was quick. Oh, still trying to swallow. Trying to swallow. Let it settle. Oh my goodness, what a meal. Oh, there we go. Have a drink of water. Yes. Wash it down. Wash it down.
Whoa, 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 they're oryx. Oh my goodness. Check at this, folks. We've got the cheetah are chasing the oryx. Just move back a bit. Did you see that cat? Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna reposition here. What on earth is happening here? Never seen cheetah going for oryx. Okay, I'm just having a look to see where they are. So one of the cheetah boys went and chased after some oryx. I'm not too sure where the other one is. I'm looking for him. There's, yeah. Monkeys are shouting, lots of excitement and activity. Let's just see where they pop out. So the two males are both in the grass here, but once they slink away into this thicket, it'll be very difficult to see them. What an exciting first morning back on Mabula. So the oryx are actually just off to the left of where we're sitting right now, and they're all coming to investigate. Listen to them alarm calling. So a few zebra, not happy. Where the heck? I think it might cross the road just next to us here, folks. It's just off in the grass here. Seems to be looking for an area to maybe mark his territory. Just trying to see if he's going to pop out. So have a look. These oryx have come to investigate, see what the cheetah are up to. Okay, he's just coming out the other side of that thick green bush there. So look at those long spear-shaped horns, folks. I don't think that would be pleasant if you got stabbed by an oryx. So he's just off to the right there, going into the grass. Monique, I can agree with you there. From absolute calmness to absolute chaos in seconds. Okay, have a look. The oryx are coming to investigate the cheetah here. Let's see what's going to happen. There's a bit of a standoff happening between the oryx and the cheetah.
Yeah, we're on site here now at 46.
So the cheetah is stalking the oryx while the oryx are stalking the cheetah. Have a look. This cheetah is definitely crazy. Look at that. I mean, the oryx are not even afraid of this cheetah, but yet this cheetah still thinks, by some chance, he might be able to make a kill. And the poor blesbok also running off in the distance. Which reminds me of Eric's sighting of the wild dogs, when the wild dogs were trying to take down a zebra the one afternoon, and the zebra all turned around and started chasing the wild dogs. It's not the first time I've had an unusual sighting like this at Mabula. We also had wildebeest. So we're just chatting about Eric's sighting, and yeah, rather unusual. And it's not the first time. I've also had the wild dogs were being chased by wildebeest and warthogs. So the wild dogs thought they could make a kill, and instead of the wildebeest and warthogs running away, I think they had the safety and protection of some rhinos and some buffalo in the area, and the wildebeest actually turned around and started chasing the wild dogs, and then the warthogs also got a little bit confident. Isn't this so unusual? So we've still got the youngster, or the smaller male, is just off to our right, just in the grass line there. I think he's not having any of this nonsense, whereas this stronger, more confident male is feeling like he needs to take down an oryx today for some reason. So got some other vehicles that are next to us, and one of the other guides is also commenting that this is not something you see every day. So Busy Bee, I'm also rather surprised that this cheetah is still interested. I think he feels like he's let himself down, even though he might have taken off a little bit more than he... Oh, watch, folks, watch. So the other male just launched out of the grass and came to defend his brother's honor. Very noble, I must say. We are still here at Malawan Dam, and it has been a hot spot for animals coming to drink this morning. The buffaloes have moved off entirely, and actually just after you left us when we were here earlier, the saddleboard stork arrived. It's busy looking for food, and now a herd of kudus have come to drink as well. We've had a warthog, we've had impalas, we've had inyalas. Lots of animals coming to get water this morning. Eric was mentioning the heat and how nice it is to have a breeze. I don't know how long the cool breeze is going to last, but we'll enjoy it while it is still here. They're moving off from finishing their drink. These saddleboard storks are such beautiful, beautiful birds. looks like that's a male. You can see the little yellow wattles underneath the chin. We wait in anticipation for it to continue moving. Come out on the other side. Noticed some movement. It looks like there is a vulture in the tree that sort of waved its wings around a little bit. That caught its attention. Raymond, pretty much they do look the same. There are a few differences though, like mentioning the male here having the little wattles as well as a black eye, whereas the female has a yellow eye and no wattles. Oh. This is awesome. What a great sighting of the saddleboard stork. The lighting is amazing.
Now, these are spotted hyenas. It's a new den. It's a den I haven't been, but you can definitely tell in this Taman Mount, this is their home. Oh, see a small little cub popping up her head. Come out, show up, show for James. There she is, and another one. Ooh la la, so cute. See how dark they are, meaning possibly they could just be a couple of months or maybe less than 3 months, or maybe a month and a half old. Linda Polly, Jumbo, and you're saying this is wonderful. It could not be better. Now those are two cubbies. One's going back to the den, and initially Linda Polly, I thought, see how playful they are. They wanted to come out and nurse. I think if that's the mother, she's not up to it. So one has tucked herself next to that, I would say, a bigger cousin, because she seems not to be a senior one or a fully grown one. The other cub on the left is just exploring the apartment. Loiso Jumbo from the Mara, how many clans do you have here? Very many, very many. I mean, you'll go to every few kilometers squared and you'll get a den or two. Loiso, the Mara is huge. Talking of 1,500 square kilometers, it's huge. And that hasn't been, I would say, the data hasn't been done very well to know how many clans we got. But Loiso, I would tell you, we have the largest clan in the Mara, that is called the Northern Clan. The Northern Clan is the largest, 70, 80, almost to 100 strong members. Of course, we have other clans here and there. There's one I remember in the Mara Triangle that used to be called the Smiling Clan. But you come to the main Mara where we are, shooting from. There are loads and loads of dens and many clans. This particular cub doesn't have a very good friend. I mean, all the adults are kind of mistreating her. And nobody is getting or showing any signs of feeding her. I'm not sure for what reason. Warthogs could be small, but at the same time, they could be very dangerous. Like this one huge male we are seeing here in the Masai Mara. It's not one of the toppy boys, but he is very quickly disappearing in the forest there. He has been feeding on a dead hippo, and he belongs to the coalition that we call the Goshek, that has been or is in charge of the Paradise Pride. He'll pause and stop there. And the particular coalition, we call it the Goshek. He's a huge male. He has been feeding on a hippo and he just left it. Not sure he's going for a drink or he's going to rest for the better part of the day, and then he'll come out, slowly fading away there and getting into that riverine forest of the Mara River. And also, if you look at him carefully, his mane is huge by any standard, comparing to our toppy boys, meaning he's older. He could be maybe 7, 8. He's bigger in size, maybe 10, 15% bigger than the toppy boys. And Matthews, you are happy with the Paradise Pride, as you've been with the Toppy Pride. We'll be showing you so many prides here. I've gotten 3 of the prides I wanted to be following every day, me and Big James. The Paradise Pride, the Toppy Pride, and the Marsh Pride. So this male here takes care of the Paradise Pride, belonging to Goshak coalition of males. Not very sure if he's the main male.
First zebra baby that we've seen so far, or thus far, in the Sabi. We did see one the other day, but it's more of like a sub-adult baby. If it was born sort of maybe November, December last year. This one looks like it was born maybe a little bit earlier this year, or quite late, or maybe just before the winter, it seems. Haley, not all herbivores. You know, there are some herbivores that we would call seasonal breeders, and then there are some herbivores that just have their offspring wherever. So those herbivores were the herbivores that will have their offspring wherever, whenever, would be the animals like elephants, animals like rhinos, hippos, and then your seasonal animals would be your impala, your springbuck, your waterbuck, your zebra, your blue wildebeest, black wildebeest, your giraffe, and usually due to the fact of when there is an abundance of green grass. So they want to have their offspring when there's lots of either green grass or there's lots of leaves on the trees for those that are browsers. Meaning that the parent can provide enough nutrient-rich milk for the little youngster. If there's not much on the trees and not much on the ground for them to eat, there's not much nutrients that can go into this milk, and that does kind of also play a very, very important part when it comes to the growth of the foal, or the growth of the calf or the lamb, depending on what animal it is. Well, Cam and I mean, so zebra often bloat, but Cam and I are thinking, hey, this female could also be pregnant. I mean, look how wide she is. But that's the one at the back. Honey dog is the one that's feeding. If she's feeding, she wouldn't. It's very, very unlikely that she can lactate. So she wouldn't be able to fall pregnant. Interesting. Yeah, she's very, very wide.
Wow, everyone, we're just enjoying our elephant walk by here. We've got a whole herd that's come out, and it's just incredible how quiet they are. This female has a very interesting pair of tusks. Oh, time for a bathroom break. Wow. That was really incredible to hear. Just want to see what she's going to do here. Wow. That was such an intense rumble between the one that's feeding here and the one that just walked past us. Amazing to actually feel that so close by.
Now, you remember earlier I was giving you my plans, and I said I'll go back to where I had seen the Koshoke male, one of the 4 members of the Bila Shaka boys, and instead of seeing the Koshoke, the big male that we saw this morning, I have found out this youngster here and this other female, a male and a female, temporarily I'm giving them a name and I'm calling them black-faced lions. Black-faced lions. They remind me of the black leopard north of Kenya. I think both of them are boys. Yeah, that's a young boy. And the one left behind is another boy, slightly maybe older than the one that just passed because of the mane. And this pride belongs to the Paradise Pride, There are 3 main prides around the area we are sitting in or staying in Governor's Camp. We have the Marsh Pride, the Topi Pride, and the Paradise Pride. 4 males in this particular coalition of the Bila Shaka. I'm trying to wonder, in the morning we never saw the other 3, they haven't come up to now. Possibly they could be hanging out with the rest of the pride. Kimberly, you're saying it's wonderful to see these boys still standing strong. I would say their age is not very advanced, but comparing them to the Topi boys, they're a bit advanced in age. But just to know, Kimberly, they are still holding this territory. It is very, very special. And hopefully, they could have another 1 or 2 years to go. If the Topi boys will try and expand the boundary, then these boys or the Bila Shaka males should prepare themselves to avoid a takeover.
Wow, check at that. Look at all these little guys. I was just speaking earlier about the fact that there's been some baby eland spotted on the reserve, but I had no idea there were so many. Oh my goodness. So there's some youngsters from last year, but there are some very small little ones that look like they could be a few days old. Listen to the sound of their knees clicking. There's a sign of dominance in those big males. When they are sexually mature, their knees will often click, and that just kind of wards off any other males that might be in the area. Shows them that there is a big male around. Isn't this a lovely scene? Sunlight is hitting them perfectly. So just repositioned, and we've managed to get another visual of these eland folks. Have a look. We've got some tiny new arrivals on Mabula, some new baby eland that look like they're only a couple of days old. One of the other guides on the reserve earlier told me they've got some youngsters around. They were quite excited about one or two, but there are at least 3 or 4 young baby eland in this herd, followed by the big male at the back. Isn't that an amazing sighting to see these young eland? Wow, everyone, hello, welcome back. We have 2 giraffes here, 2 males that are doing their necking thing, and it actually looks quite serious. They are both large individuals, and I'm sure this lighter one I saw sniffing a female yesterday. Just very distinctive, this sort of coat. It has a bit of a patch on the lower part of the neck as well. It's just incredible to watch them doing this and to do it seriously. Sometimes it looks a bit funny, I must say, almost like a Matrix slow motion back bends, neck bends. And the one with the very light coat has almost next to no tail. I don't know if it's always been like that or maybe lost it at some point. Perhaps bitten off, who knows. And this is typical. I mean, standing right next to each other like that helps them to get the best sort of punch possible, if you want to call their... Jackson, I don't know. Possibly. I need to watch a little bit more to see exactly, but they're both pretty much going for each other in the same way. That the darker one is a little bit taller, if I can, or unless he's just standing with his head a little bit higher, might be meaning a little bit more dominance over the other one. But even though the lighter one is slightly smaller, it's definitely not giving up or in at the moment. It's quite comical, them standing like that. I mean, they're not joking. They're being very serious, but... Just want to say thank you to everyone out there for joining us on our sunset safari, as well as our guides, Eric, Amy, David. Some great sightings today. Nice to have a hippo on a kill, and Eric and Amy, I'm sure they had some great sightings. I heard Amy had some elephants. So it's been a lovely afternoon. We're just watching our buffalo bull heading off, so please don't forget to join us tomorrow morning on our sunrise safari. We'll be dying to get out there and see what else we can find for you. From myself and Gert here at Mabula, that will be all for this afternoon.